How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is episode 5 of the Let's Play series for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Pallegney. When we last left off, we worked on a whole bunch of contracts. We had a couple of cultivating contracts, plowing contracts, so on and so forth. And we made quite a bit of money. We were able to get a lot of stuff done, and now that we are in September, we are doing a little bit more of the same. We've got to have enough money to kind of ride out and last us for the rest of the year. As you can see, I've got several contracts accepted here, and we've got a few things staged to where we can start getting some more work done. We just passed by one set of equipment there. I am taking this trailer here, this root crops trailer, over to the northeast of town here, because that's where we've got a potato contract that we've got to get to work on. So as soon as I get over there, we'll be able to rock and roll and start harvesting. We'll be able to figure out some kind of good use for the potatoes, maybe just use them for sale bait. I'm not exactly sure exactly what I plan on doing with them. I really don't have any good storage options for it, so probably I'm going to just up and sell whatever I get, because I don't have any good means of kind of keeping them around in the long term. And the yard is just so small that I don't have a spot I can just kind of toss them and be okay with wherever they kind of linger. So that, yeah, probably going to be where we'll end up with the potatoes there. But the contract's coming up here just past this sales station right over here to my left. You might even start to see the equipment I got already over there coming into view. So we'll turn left here. Yep, there it is. Just over the hill there. Look at that. Look at that beautiful piece of equipment. But let's go ahead and park this trailer. And this is where we're going to get to work. We are going to start harvesting some potatoes. Turn this on, fold this out. Nope. Unfold this. There we go. Now we can get to work. Alright, so I'm taking the first load of potatoes here up to the sell point. Should be just up the corner here. Yeah, right over there is where the sell point is. So this is going to be a little difficult because it's a very narrow sell point. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to be able to get this trailer. I have the right of way. Be able to get this trailer not only in there, but in a position to where I can offload these potatoes. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be tight. Let's see if we can work this out. Oof. I don't think that's gonna work. That was really narrow. Oof. Do better at driving. There we go. Yeah, no, there's no way. No way I can get this unloaded with this particular. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do... I'm going to need to get some kind of auger or something. Not auger, I'm going to have to get some kind of conveyor belt or something that I'll be able to unload off on, and then... Let's see, let's do this. Something like this. Okay. I'm going to run next door to the shop. I'm going to grab a conveyor belt and get it all set up because, yeah, we're going to have to do something here. So, I'll cut... Oh. I'll cut us back here in just a minute. There we go. Got it unloading. So we're just going to have to keep going back and forth and leave this belt here so we can get this all offloaded. But so far this is, yeah, proof of concept. This is going to work. But I'm going to cut us out here and cut us back in when the contract is all said and done, because this is going to take a while. All right, so we have what I believe to be the last bit of potatoes here. I think we're gonna... All right, so as you can see, we have topped off and finished off the contract, and we have more back at the contract in the harvester. So let's go ahead and pick those up. Just made $7,200 in the leftover potatoes there. Gonna pick up the rest of them, come back, sell those all off, and then we will complete the contract. So I will cut us back in as soon as we get there. Alright, so here is the last little bit of potatoes. Need to drop this off. Unfold that. Just like that. Gonna sell off the rest for an extra $2,600. Perfect. Alright, well, I need to take all the equipment back to the shop. After I take it back to the shop, we can continue on with the next contract, which is already set up down the road. So let me go ahead and get everything done. We'll meet you over there. Alright, so I got all the equipment returned for the first contract. Now, contract number 2. Got this little cultivating contract. Shouldn't take me too terribly long. Let's go ahead and get onto the field. And here we go. We got one more cultivating contract after this one. And there we go. Finishing touches on this field. We are all set and ready to go. Gonna return the equipment and go on to the next one. We'll see you over there. Alright, we are here for the third contract. Oh, look at that. Big O 8RX. Let's go ahead and get this contract started. Putting the finishing touches on this field. Last pass. And just like that, we are all done. Let's fold this away. Take all the equipment back here. And then collect on the contract, and we'll figure out what to do from here. We'll see in a little bit. Okay, so I made my way back up to the shop, returned all the equipment, and I was talking to the owner. They had a couple more items, a couple more contracts that were available for signing out. I went ahead and signed them out, and they just delivered all the equipment. We've got a couple of fertilizing contracts, so let's go ahead and get going on those. We got some big decisions to make, and I think I'm going to be making a little bit of change around the farm there, so I'm hoping that we can get a decent payout when it comes to these contracts when everything's said and done. We'll see how everything kind of lines up and goes from here, but let's go ahead and get this loaded up. And we're going to start with this contract. This one's for field, what is this? Let's see, this is for field 13. So this is way out to the east. Okay, well, I need to buy some more fertilizer, and then I will be able to get that up and running. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get out there, and yeah, cut us back in when we get there. Alright, so we're here at this contract. We're going to go ahead and start this off. This should be a relatively straightforward fertilizing contract. We should be able to just kind of make maybe a 1 back, 1/4, and be good to go from here. So kick that on. Head down one direction, head back the other, and should be able to call it quits from there. And there we go. Back and forth, and we're done. I'm going to take this back up to the shop, return the equipment, get paid for this contract, and then fill up the next one, go to it, complete it, go from there. Just kind of a rinse, lather, and repeat scenario. So let's go ahead and head back to the shop. We'll meet you over there. Alright, the field I need to work on here is right in front of me. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with this. This one is quite a bit bigger, but we should be able to handle this no problem. So let's go ahead and start making our way around and getting this done. So we're putting the finishing touches here on this field. Just got this little bit left here. Oh, and didn't quite get on that pass. Let's try one more time. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. All right. Well, gonna go return this equipment, head back to the farm, and then like I said, we're gonna have to make some tough decisions at this point, because it's one of those where I want to be able to start utilizing some of the product and some of the things that we have available to us. Right now, we're making sugar beets with our little greenhouse there at the farm, and it's producing. It's got a fair bit of sugar beets there, but I need to be able to do something with sugar beets. I have got a little bit of manure. I've got a little bit of slurry. I need to start figuring out what to do with that. So it's one of those, I just need to figure things out. I've kind of have a rough idea as to how I think I'm going to proceed, but it's one of those, I'm not sure how well the farm is going to handle it, just because it's a very small space, and what I'm thinking may require me to do some modifications there around the farm. So yeah, one of those, I will take all this back to the shop, and then collect on the contract, head back to the farm, and figure things out from there. So I will cut us back in as soon as we get back to the farm. Alright, so I made it back here to the farm and got a hold of my contractor, and I think we're going to be making some moves here. We've got quite a bit of product here for our sugar beets. You can see we've got many pallets here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pallets. Each one of these are 1,000 liters each, so 6,000 liters of sugar beets. That's amazing. But I have nothing to do with them. I've got a little bit of manure. I've got a little bit of slurry here. If we walk over here, you can see a little over 1,000 liters manure, a little less than 2,000 liters of slurry. So we've got some stuff we could do with that. I mean, the yard here is so incredibly small that I've really got to be picky and patient about how it is I want to proceed. But I think I got some ideas. I called the contractor, like I said. They're going to get here in a little bit, and I think we're going to start making some changes here around the farm, starting with knocking out this bunker silo. We've got 2 more bunker silos just back here, right here and here. So this third one I don't think is necessary. I think this is just kind of overkill at this point, to where I can just use these, or I can just use a bale wrapper and kind of just utilize that aspect. Like I have several bales of silage right here, 8 total. So I mean, I can just continue to do that. I don't necessarily have to have these bunks here, but I don't want to blow these ones out just yet. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have the contractor take these out, and then kind of work into step number 2 from there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut us out from here, let them get to work, and see what they put back in. And there we go. We knocked out the bunker silo right here, and in its place we put in a sugar beet processing plant. So we put in our sugar beets, and we put in some water, and what do we get out? We get out cut sugar beets, we get out slurry, and stones. So that's going to be very nice to have the cut sugar beet. We can just use that as our just selling off product. We don't necessarily need anything with the cut sugar beet at the moment, so might as well have it. But I think the slurry and the stones are going to come in use here in a little while. So now we come to the next problem. I don't have anything in the ways of being able to move things here around the farm. I've got the tractor here, but I've got pallets stacked up that are just taking up space. I now have these pallets over here that need to be taken over here. I have to have some kind of equipment to deal with this, and I just don't at the moment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to return this tractor, get rid of it fully, and get some kind of equipment that's going to be able to handle this on a more permanent basis. I can't just keep borrowing the store's equipment and kind of going about things that way. I need to have my own equipment. I'm likely going to have to take out a loan in order to kind of cover this, but I think I'll be able to make this back relatively quickly. So at this point, let's go ahead and hop in the tractor, head out to the shop, and return this tractor, get it out from under us, and likely I'm going to have to hit the bank up, get a loan, and just kind of go from there. So I will go ahead and cut us out from here, cut us back in as soon as we get to the shop. We'll see you over there. Alright, so I made it up here to the shop. I stomped out the bank and I took out a pretty decent sized loan. They allowed me to take out $125,000, and I ended up using that for this. Got me a nice new telehandler, but it's got a really nice linkage setup here in the rear, so I'm able to use this for a little bit more than just the standard kind of telehandler stuff. I'm going to be able to hook up to the trailer. I'm going to be able to kind of use it with a bit more functionality, which is going to be nice. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Let's get it over to the farm because we've got some work to be done. Let's go ahead and grab the forks. So, okay. So now I should never have to use that telehandler from the shop ever again. We have our own. We'll be able to then really kind of focus in on getting stuff done from here. So first things first, let's go ahead and pick up all that loose stuff that's out there at the farm. Let's pick up all the pallets and stuff that's just kind of cluttering things up, and just kind of tuck it away, get it out of the way. Also, I purchased some additional plates, some weight plates for the telehandler here. So if I need additional weights or anything, all I have to do is just slap them in there at my shop and be good to go. I'm not going to have to, do any kind of special, weights or anything along those lines. Just be able to get this kind of done as needed. One thing we're also going to have to do too is we're going to have to take care of some of these mustard pallets that we got here, because we got quite a bit going on. Alright, so there, all the pallets have been put away. And now we need to go around the corner here. And actually, what might not be a bad idea... nah, that's alright. We'll just take the pallets. It's not going to take too terribly long. We've got all these pallets that are just sitting here now. We're going to finally get to utilize them. Here, let's close this up because we've got to come in from this angle here. There we go. We'll take all these pallets over to the processor here, and then we're going to have to figure out a way to get some water into this thing, because without the water, we don't get any processing going. Alright. So let's get the other 5 here. And while I'm working on this, finishing this off, I also have the contractor still here. They're going to be working on something else in the background. And this is going to be the kind of second phase of this whole process. So we've got the sugar beets, stones, sugar beet cut, and slurry. That's all going to be produced here. But we've got kind of a phase 2. And once that gets built, we'll be able to fully utilize everything from the sugar beet processing and then some, with the exception of the cut sugar beet. We'll still have to figure out something to do with all that. Probably, again, just use that as kind of a sell product to sell. But at this point, let's go ahead and cut out here. I'll cut us back in as soon as everything's put into the processor and the contractor's all done with their work. So I will see you here in just a second. Alright, so I have the last pallet of sugar beets here. Load this in. Perfect. And now that that's done, the contractor also finished their job. Look at that. That is a Fertimaster. This is going to be stage 2 of the processing. So again, out of this here, we get cut sugar beets, stones, and slurry. Out of our cows, we get manure and slurry. This requires manure, slurry, and stones. It uses this massive grinder inside of the machine here, and what it does is it just sits there and blends everything together, and it puts out solid fertilizer. So we're going to take all of our byproducts that we have from our cows and our now sugar beets from the greenhouse back here, and we're going to make fertilizer. Now the great thing about it is that it's got amazing ratios. Because of that grinder that's in there, it will produce very, very well. I'm not going to be losing product. I'm actually going to be gaining product, because as the stone gets crushed, it actually inflates and gets the it gets a finer and larger mass to it. So we're actually going to be making a one-to-many ratio between all the inputs that this is going to require versus the amount of output that we're going to get. It's going to be fantastic. But this needs water, and I don't have anything to load water with. So I need to run back to the shop. I need to get a water tanker, and I need to get a shovel for this. So first things first, let's find a home for some of the tools and equipment for the telehandler. And actually, I think this right here might be a perfect spot for telehandler tools. I think right there. Perfect. Yeah, so we've got a little over 1,000 liters of manure, about 2,000 liters of slurry here in the cow barn, and we have about, well, none right now, but we're going to be processing and making products. So let's go ahead and grab the tanker and go from there. We'll see you when we get it. Alright, so I am on my way back from the shop, and from filling up my tank, you can see we got a new bucket, and that is ours. We bought that, it is ours. The tanker though, that's not. So we're just going to use this to fill up our production point as well as top off our greenhouse. We might make a couple trips back and forth, but right now we are in a really, really good spot. We also have some lime and fertilizer. I'm sorry, some lime and manure that we can pick up with this tanker as well. So let's see. First things first, let's go drop this off at the sugar beet processing plant right over here. Let's see. Is this... Oh, no, wait. That's... Okay. Nope. That's the output for slurry right there. Input for water. That's over here. Yep, right there. That's the water input. There we go. So now, if we come over here, there we go. We are completely topped off on water. We have sugar beets. Let's go ahead and get this going. And look at that. We are making sugar beet cut. We've got slurry there that's being processed. That's awesome. This is gonna be perfect. And we're now getting stones. This is perfect. So then we'll be able to take all that byproduct out there to the fertilizer, the Fertimaster. Let's go ahead and top off the greenhouse while we got this over here. We will grab the manure and the slurry from the cows. Let's see, let's get this kind of at a better angle here. There we go. Back up the trailer. Alright, that's all topped off, which, that leaves a bit of a problem. We need a place to take out the water. Huh. Well. Alright, well, I'll figure out how to get this water out of here. But, in the meantime, let's go ahead and... Actually, you know what? I gotta get that out of there first. So, I will, let's see. Can I take the water somewhere to dump? Let's see. Water. Nope. Water. Water tower. Oh, those are buying places. Okay, so I can buy from those two places, but I can't sell it anywhere because it's all here on the farm. Huh. Alright, well, I'll have to figure something out. I will figure it out and cut us back in as soon as I do. We'll see in a little bit. Alright, so I went back up to the shop and was talking to the people up there, and they told me that in all the homes around here there are these drain systems, and you're allowed to dump things like water, slurry, so on and so forth, but you have to report all the items that you're dumping into said drains. If it's just water, it's not a big deal, they don't care. But if you're dumping into them here on the farms, like slurry and stuff like that, you get charged a kind of maintenance fee for the usage of the dumping. But since I'm only putting in water, then I'm not going to have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now let's go ahead and twofold. Let's grab the manure. First things first, though. Open this. Alright, so now that we got that, let's get the slurry out of here, just like that. Alright, well now we can dump all this stuff in. Let's start with the manure. Let's extend the arm, raise it up, open the bucket, there we go. Yeah, look at that, perfect. Bring this back in. Now let's get this in position. Perfect. Now I think stones come out here. Nope, that's a cut sugar beet. Uh-oh. Here, let's put this down here. I don't need the cut sugar beet right now. I need the whatever stones have been produced. And here, let's leave this trailer over here for right now. Go. Alright, not a lot in stones, but it doesn't have to be. It's just enough to kind of get us started in this process, and we'll see what kind of outputs we're going to get from this. So let's go over here, lift that up. Okay. Oh, there we go. So you can see here, manure, slurry, and stones. 88 liters of manure, 1 liter of slurry, so that's nothing, and 2 liters of stone gets me 150 liters of fertilizer. That's awesome. Let's fire that up and look at that thing go. Oh yeah, that, and look at it. We're getting so much fertilizer from this. Look at that. That 50 some liters of stones that we just put in, the 52 or however many, I mean, we're going to be just chugging away. Look at that. It's starting to pulverize and make it into fertilizer. Oh, that's amazing. Wow, that is awesome. I was told that the tubs here will hold 20,000 liters of solid fertilizer. So the plan is that as we continue to produce and get more and more stuff here on the farm, more and more manure, more and more slurry, all the things that we're going to need, we're going to eventually get to a point where we're going to be able to have enough solid fertilizer on hand to be able to start selling it. And that's going to be a huge amount of money. I mean, you figure for every 1,000 liters, it's going to be around $2,200 for solid fertilizer. That's, yeah, I mean, and we're using byproducts. We're using byproducts from everything that we have. You know, now we got cut sugar beets. We can do something with that. We've got byproducts from our cows. We got byproducts from the thing here. We're just going to be chugging along and making some solid fertilizer. This is fantastic. Look at that. We're all done now. We've got almost 2,000 liters. 2,000 liters of solid fertilizer. I mean, that's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. So one thing I want to do really quick is I want to go ahead and take a look at my silo and see if my silo will store cut sugar beets. Because if it will store cut sugar beets, then we'll have kind of a really nice kind of system going on here, where whatever product is being produced, we'll be able to kind of utilize it going forward. So we got wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghums. No. So we don't have a place to store the cut sugar beet. So right there on the floor is fine for the time being. But yeah, I mean, we did it. I mean, this is a concept here that I was really hoping would work out, and I think it worked out spectacularly. We're going to be continuing to make more and more product here. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Where was it? Almost another 700 liters of cut sugar beets, almost 500 liters, or more than 500 liters of slurry, 27 more liters of stone. This is excellent. This is fantastic. So now if we come over here, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, and now we just got the remnants. That's perfect. So here, let's do this. Now the only way I can sell this, I have to take this out of town. I've got to load this onto the train and kind of go about things in that way. So I want to take this less than 2,000 liters and go ahead and just sell it off. You know what? No. You know, I could. Do I have any? I do have 1 pallet of solid fertilizer, 2 pallets of solid fertilizer. Yeah, 2 pallets of solid fertilizer. Do I want to sell those off? Here. Yeah, I mean, might as well, because I can always produce more now. Perfect. Let's close that off. All right. We're going to head up to the train. We're going to dump this less than 4,000 liters into the train station and take it up to the city. What is the city called? Why am I blanking on the city name? Epinal? I think that's how it's pronounced. Epinal? Huh. Anyways, we're going to take it out of Pallegney, and we are going to go ahead and make a little bit of money. I mean, roughly about 10 grand, give or take. So in the matter of honestly, not that long, we're now able to make about 10 grand. And yeah, we're in the hole, we're in debt by 125 grand, but we'll be able to just consistently and constantly just chug along and be able to get more and more product. We'll be able to get more and more solid fertilizer, and it's going to be easy peasy. I mean, it's a good consistent source of revenue. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy about how this turned out. So let me cut out here, get us up to the train station, and we will just take this 4,000 liters and sell it off. I'll see you over there. Alright, so we're up here at the train station at the silo here. We need to go ahead and let's see, I believe it's right here. Let me go ahead and activate the okay, so it is here. Go. And now we can rent the train. And let's step back a little ways and turn that on. Alright, well, we've got a little bit of waiting to do until the train gets here. I will cut us out here, cut us back in as soon as it arrives. Let's go ahead and pull forward here. Let's see. Find fertilizer. There we go. We're not going to make a fortune on this trip, but this is all kind of proof of concept that we're able to now produce something here on the farm outside of the mustard and just be good to go. I mean, at this point, I mean, this is fantastic. 4,000 liters. We didn't have a ton of product. We really didn't. We had 1,000 liters of manure and 1,000 liters of, or 2,000 liters of slurry. We still have slurry left over. We still have stone left over. And we've been working at this for like 20 minutes. Like, the process is working for like 20 minutes, if that. That's fantastic. That's a huge, huge win. So I am really excited about this. I'm really excited that we got something. We've got the ability to take the fertilizer that we produce and send it off to the train station, so that way we have at least some kind of storage mechanism. So yeah, I mean, we're in really good shape. I'm really pleased with this. And yes, Look at that. Wow. 3,000 liters. Just shy of 4,000 liters. And we got almost 11 grand. More than 11 grand out of that. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Holy cow. Yeah, that is amazing. Just amazing. All right, well, I need to go ahead and head back to the train station and go ahead and grab my telehandler and get back to the farm. We'll see you over there. All right, so we made it back here to the farm, and I tell you what, we have gotten so much done today. I could not be happier with this. I mean, we have our own piece of equipment now. This is ours. Like, I own it flat out. I have a loan out, but I'm going to be able to make that money back very, very easily now because of this. We've got just 8 cows chugging along here. They're going to be producing manure and slurry. So they cover the bare bones basic material that goes into the Fertimax over there. But we also have a resupply here with this. So we have slurry that gets produced from here, which is going to also reinforce the slurry portion of this, and then eventually it's going to get to a point to where these two production points are going to outpace what the fertilizer can do and what the manure can be produced. So once that happens, we start producing more. Well, then we're going to start getting an influx and a kind of backfill of slurry, and then we can start using that additional slurry that we have as a byproduct or something else. We don't have to just stick with just this one process. We'll be able to use it for something else down the road. So all in all, I mean, we did fantastic. This is I couldn't be happier with this. So yeah, we got the cows, we got everything we need right here on the farm to be able to perpetually make fertilizer. And this is going to be a powerful starting block, a very big stepping stone for us to be able to start making more and more and more stuff. Not only be able to make more and more stuff, but be able to start affording things going forward. Because you saw, we spent, we had produced like 4,000-ish liters, and well, we didn't produce that much because we had some of that on hand. But I mean, the point is that we sold about 4,000 liters and made almost 12 grand on just that small amount of product. It's a huge payout. So all in all, we're doing really good, and I'm very, very pleased with where we're at the moment. So yeah, we got a bunch of contracts done. We improved and streamlined the farm, making it just that much better. So all in all, I'd say today was a win. Today was a total win. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.